welcome to another episode of Not Your Mom's Kitchen. My name is Kelly, and we are going to be doing some real baking with real cannabis. That's right, I said weed. Get excited! We are going to be conquering one of the most classic edibles today, pot brownies. But it can't just be any old pot brownie, so we're going to do a really fun rocky road topping. I'm talking marshmallows, I'm talking nuts, I'm talking more chocolate, because why not? So we're just going to go ahead and get started. First thing we're gonna need is butter, of course. So for this recipe, we're gonna use unsalted butter, a half cup, AKA a full stick. However, it's going to be a mixture of canna butter and regular butter. That mixture is entirely up to you. Me, I am using 2 tablespoons of a pretty strong canna butter I made a couple weeks ago, and about 6 tablespoons of a regular unsalted butter. Reason being, the brownies are only gonna make about 8 regular ones, maybe 16 small ones, so it's not gonna be a huge amount that we're gonna end up with. So the dosing is totally up to you. It kind of depends what you made beforehand. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life. It's up to you to figure it out for yourself. I'm just here to guide you in the right direction. Okay, so next, once you figure out how much butter you're gonna use, remember it's just a half cup total. We're going to use 3 ounces of unsweetened chocolate. You can usually find that in the baker's section. We need sugar. So we're gonna use a half a cup of white sugar and a half a cup of brown sugar of your choosing. We also have a beautiful teaspoon of vanilla. And then we have a teaspoon of baking powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. I'm a big fan of sea salt. You can use regular salt if you'd like. It's up to you. Here we have 3/4 cup of flour. We have 2 beautiful eggs, and then we have a little bit more chocolate, because why not? This is a half cup here, a half cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. And then we have everything for our topping. So we have a cup of marshmallows, a cup of more semi-sweet chocolate chips. I used about a cup of nuts, but you can use a half cup, more or less. It's totally up to you. I am using cashews. If you want to use walnuts, if you want to use pecans, whatever your little heart desires, go for it. Again, I'm just here to guide you. So now we'll get to baking. First things first, we're gonna go ahead and preheat our oven to 350 degrees, get her going, and then you want to take an 8x8 pan, go ahead and grease it and line it with parchment so you can easily take it out of the pan. If you plan on eating it in the pan and you don't have parchment, just grease it and skip that step. Next, we're gonna melt our butter and unsweetened chocolate. You can do this in the microwave. Please not in a metal bowl like this one. You can do it in the microwave in like 30-second increments. Just make sure that you don't burn the chocolate. Be delicate with it. However, I'm gonna do it the fancy way with a pot of boiling water, which I already have boiling here, and a heat-proof bowl that I'm gonna stick on top. And then that will kind of gently melt it for you and not burn anything. Take our little rubber spatula and just go to town with that. Have it melt until it is smooth, basically. I'll kind of show you guys what that looks like. So just stir it occasionally. You don't have to like stare hard at it. And it'll do its thing. It knows what to do. It's starting to melt down, and I can really smell that canna butter now. I chose mimosa specifically for these brownies because sometimes when I'm feeling extra luxurious, I like to use orange zest in my normal brownies to kind of lift it up, brighten it up, give it like a little bit of a different note to it than just rich chocolate. So choosing that mimosa strain that kind of has those natural, almost like clementine notes was the reason why I decided to go that way. But you know, that's just me. You can always choose whatever strain you like best. If you want to cook with straight Blue Dream, baby, live your fantasy and cook with just Blue Dream. It's okay. I love the smell of melted chocolate and butter. Like, this is just a bowl of melted chocolate and butter. What could be better? And it has weed in it! Oh my gosh. All right, we're almost there. It's looking a little smooth. Couple more chunks to kind of break down. Oh my goodness, guys, it's perfect. Oh my goodness. I have to show you this beautiful creation we just made. Oh my gosh, do you see? Smooth. Smooth as can be, looking like some dang smooth melted butter and chocolate. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so we're gonna let this cool a little bit. It doesn't need to be completely chilled, but I don't want to mix it with eggs while it's piping hot like this, because the last thing I want is to cook some of that egg, or at least that's what I think is gonna happen in my head, so we're not gonna do that. So first things first, we're gonna mix our dry ingredients. So we're gonna start with the all-purpose flour and the salt and baking powder. Just put that right in there. The reason why you want to do your dry ingredients first is because you are going to prevent clumping in the final result. The last thing you want is a bite of baking powder or a bite of straight sea salt. That doesn't taste very good. So we're just gonna finish her up here. Yes, yes, yes. I'd say that's pretty fully mixed. You can use a whisk if you want, a fork if you want. Again, it's your world. I'm just living in it. Okay, so that's all ready. So we're actually going to go ahead and pour this into the mixture. It's a little hot, but like I said, we'll live. It's not going to kill us. That's for fucking sure. So give this a good mix. It's gonna look kind of like thick and like mud almost. Oh my gosh, so thick. Yes. Wow, this looks great. It's literally just a bowl of chocolate, whey butter, and sugar. So again, wow, what a life I live. Let's do the vanilla next. I want to put as much space between the eggs and the heat as possible. Okay, 2 eggs. 1. Okay. 2. Yeah! Let me wipe my hands off. Okay. I wish I could do a 1 egg crack for y'all. Maybe by the end of this series, I'll be able to do that. So you really want to break up the yolks and make sure it's fully combined. Step by step, you want to make sure that, yeah, everything is getting fully combined. I don't want to throw in the flour if it's going to be kind of yolky still. We don't want that. We want everything homogeneous, I believe is the word. Homogeneous. Okay, so take that home to your parents and be like, wow, I learned a word today. Homogeneous. Okay, now it's time for all the dry ingredients. Throw that in there. Looking beautiful. Okay, and again, mix it until it is fully combined. We don't want any dry pockets of flour. That sounds gross. We want moist. We want real rich, decadent. I can't think of anything else. I'm not a thesaurus, but you get the idea. We don't want dry, dusty. We want chocolatey, rich, delicious. Yeah. Okay, it's getting there. Slowly but surely, it's getting there. Okay, looking good. Now the next step, we are going to go ahead and add in our chocolate chips. If you wanted to add nuts to the batter, you totally could. This would be the point to do it. I would maybe do about a 1/3 cup or a 1/2 cup. Don't go crazy. This batter isn't huge. Okay, so now let's fold these bad boys in. Fold, yes, delicately. Oh yes, it's being folded in. Wow, the folds. Okay, can't believe it. Wow, wow. And see, there was some dusty little flour hiding at the bottom. That's why you gotta mix it fully. Flour just likes to fuck your life up. Oh my gosh, does it ever? Okay. Now we're gonna take our prepared pan that we so beautifully put together earlier. And we're just gonna dump, oh my gosh, oh no. We're just gonna dump this batter right in there. Ooh, my goodness. Wow, look at that. It should be kind of thick. It's not gonna be quite like a cake batter. Cake batter is just like regular thick. Brownie batter is thick with 2 C's. I wouldn't say 3, but it's thick with 2 C's for sure. Okay, perfect. And then you want to kind of spread it out so that it gets to every corner of your pan. Oh my goodness, she just looks picture perfect. I'm so glad I'm filming this so I can show my grandkids what I used to do, because God knows I'm not going to be baking for their little spoiled asses. Okay, and now this is going to go into our oven for 18 to like 22 minutes. We don't want it to be completely finished because we're going to end up putting our topping on when it has about 5 more minutes left to cook. Because we want the marshmallows to get all melty and good. So you want to take it out when it has about 5 more minutes to go. So the edges are going to look set. Well, I'll show it to you. The edges will look set. The center will be still a little bit jiggly. And while that's doing that, let's go ahead and just quickly mix together all of our toppings. It doesn't need to be the most brilliant mix of your life because it's just going to get thrown on top of the brownies. And some of my cashews are whole. I didn't chop them that great. Okay, perfect. So that's all ready and set to go. Now at this point, we just smoke some weed. So we're gonna wait for that to finish in the oven, or get 5 minutes close to being finished. 18 to 22 minutes. We're gonna pull it out and top it with our beautiful Rocky Road topping. Until then, I am going to spark up a joint. And I do hope that you'll join me. Okay, so it has been plenty of time. We are ready to top our brownies. Let me show you a little bit closer what this looks like. So, as you can see, the edges are kind of cracked. The center is still a little bit jiggly. That's exactly what we're looking for. So it's only a couple minutes away from being finished. My hands are washed and ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my hands because I find like that's the easiest way to have the most control over putting this over top the good old weed brownies. Okay, make it kind of even, you know, make sure that part has marshmallows. Ooh, yes, doesn't that just look beautiful? Okay. So we're gonna throw her back in the oven for just a couple of minutes. And then what we're looking for at this point, the marshmallows are gonna be a little bit puffed up. We don't want them to be brown over the top, just puffed. And the chocolate is gonna look a little shiny, like it's just starting to melt. So again, just a couple of minutes. Gonna throw this back in the oven. And I'm probably gonna smoke a little more because why not? Yay! It's official! Our brownies are ready. Let's take them out. Take a look. They are looking like perfection. So let's see here. We got some beautiful puffed marshmallows, shiny, sexy chocolate, crisp cashews. Wow. There's really nothing left but to eat it. So I'm gonna have a bite. It's important to let this one cool a little bit. You won't be able to eat yours right away unless you're, you know, a savage, which I don't judge you at all. I think you should go for it. But I made a batch earlier for my eating pleasure. So let's taste it. Let's see what it's like. And let's see. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh! Thick, crumbly. Just, my God. Look at this. Oh! Oh! Wow. Alright. I am gonna keep eating these brownies, but thank you guys so much for joining me. If you tried the brownie yourself, take a picture of it, share it with me. Tell me you love it. Tell me you hate it. I don't care. I respect criticism. Come through next time. We're going to be doing something equally as fun. I appreciate y'all so much for coming through. Like, share, subscribe, all that. You know what to do. And enjoy. Bye.